Hello everybody, and welcome back to Museum Madness. I'm Jesse on, and we're about to go deeper into this hall of natural history. So let's get on in it. Ocean life is a fun one. That's one of my favorites. Oceans cover about 3/4 of the Earth's surface. The oceans are home to an amazing variety of life. From the shallow tidal pools to the deepest regions where light does not penetrate, life abounds. However, the seas are threatened by the waste products of the human race. We dump billions of tons of waste into the oceans each year. This dumping kills sea life and makes the oceans an unfit place for humans as well as sea creatures. Cool, I'm at the beach. Where's my surfboard when I need it? This looks like a tidal pool. I used to collect shells and other things from tidal pools when I was little, but the water in this one looks kinda dirty. Life on the shoreline can be difficult for the plants and animals living there. The constant changes in conditions make life challenging. Both animals and plants must keep themselves from drying effects of the sun while protecting themselves from the action of ocean waves. This sea star is all dried out. Wonder if I should put her back in that dirty water. She will die if I leave her out here, but the water may be too polluted for her to survive. Wow, she must have been hungry. She went straight for the clam and opened the shell, but the water is so dirty the sea star doesn't want to stay in it. Hope she's okay. That key looks almost new. It couldn't have been inside that clam for long. Ooh. Got ourselves a diving suit and some net. Boink. This is some suit. I feel like I could walk on the moon in this. The controls are easy to operate, and there's a radio inside so I can call Mick for help if I need it. Here goes, everybody in the pool. I like how you're still inside the museum. You're just on the other side of the glass. I thought the coral reef was supposed to be full of fish and other animals, but this place is empty except for that funny looking shrimp. Come here, Shrimpy. Wow, that sounded like a gun going off. It hurt my ears. That shrimp sure scared me. Luckily, this suit is equipped with a pack for keeping sea animals unharmed. But I wonder how my other things are doing. I'm glad I didn't bring my lunch. If this water weren't so dirty, it would be a beautiful blue. It looks so peaceful. I wonder who lives here. I'm sorry I asked. That guy looks very mean. I wonder if sharks think of people as sushi. Take that, big guy. That'll teach you to mess with me and my mighty shrimp. It's one of my favorite lines in this game. Me and my mighty shrimp. I better make tracks before Mr. Jaws comes back to have a little shrimp cocktail and me is the main course. This is like the wrench I used to fix the water pipe under the sink in the kitchen. When I got through, we could all have used a suit like this. This place sure is dark and empty. All I can see are some yellow lights hovering near the bottom. It's a fish that has its own built-in flashlight. There's no way that's gonna work. I better put this back in the pack before the salt and water destroy it. Just because I want to do that. Take it easy, Sparky. I just want to see if you can help me throw some light on the situation. I'll be careful not to hurt you. I don't see anything yet. Maybe you can still help me. Flashlight fish. Way to go, Sparky. That pipe looks like it's leaking something gooey and grimy. Here we go, go slow as the dots fill in. I got it. That pipe was leaking slime into the tank and polluting everything. But not anymore. Now the tank is safe for Sparky and all her friends. Better get back to the surface, my air supply is getting low. At the point where the continental shelf slopes steeply downward into the depths of the sea, the true ocean begins. Between 650 and 3,000 feet below the surface, sunlight barely penetrates. This is the ocean twilight zone. Here some of nature's strangest creatures dwell. Little shrimp in the background. Flying along. Meow. Got these little lanternfish down here. This place sure has changed. The water is much clearer and the sea life is returning. Those turtles are having a great time. Wish I could stay and hang out with them, but my air supply is getting slow and I have to get back to the surface. Besides, Mr. Jaws may return and ask me to stay for lunch. The ocean floor closest to the shore is called the continental shelf. This area reaches a depth of up to 650 feet. Sunlight penetrates the water in this ocean zone and creates an abundance of life. Floating sea creatures, sea mammals, and many large and small fish inhabit this region of the ocean. The reef is coming back to life too. Looks like my aquarium at home. I better get out of here before I turn into a fish. Museum Madness Fish TF. Coral reefs are living islands under the surface in warm ocean climates. They are formed by colonies of tiny sea creatures. Corals come in many shapes. They form a living mountain range that provides shelter for an abundance of sea life, including fish, sponges, anemones, worms, eels, shellfish, and even sea snakes. I don't know, it doesn't even look that lively either way, but that's how it goes. Could have used more fish sprites in each location. The ocean is safe for fish and other living things now. All this hard work has made me thirsty. Wonder if I can get a drink of water around here. Now that I put the diving suit and neck back where they belong, I'll swim back to the main hall and see if anything else looks fishy. It'd be funny if you could, if there was, items in one area you'd have to carry around to another area. So you just get stuff and have to leave it on. You have to leave it carried around until you found the other place where you could use it. But I'm pretty glad they kept everything pretty self-contained here. Alright, Hall of Animal Habitats. This is kind of a long one, because it's kind of a pain. You have to go to each of the different areas. Animal diversity. Animals live almost everywhere on Earth. However, most animals live in only one type of environment or habitat. Each habitat has a particular type of weather and a unique terrain. Within each habitat, you'll find birds, reptiles, mammals, and insects that have adapted to the special conditions of that habitat. Within their habitats, some animals interact with each other in many ways. Some animals prey on others and use them as food. Others have symbiotic relationships and are helpful to each other's survival. Still others are neutral in their relationships. In the past, animals were often kept in museums and zoos in groups according to their type. This did not give a good picture of the ways that animals interacted with each other, and it often meant that animals were kept in unnatural settings. Modern zoos and museums keep animals in recreations of their natural habitats. This desert seemed like a barren place, but I know it's actually the home of many types of animals, but this desert is empty. Deserts are dry, arid climates that receive less than 10 inches of rainfall annually. They cover about 1/5 of the Earth's surface. Deserts often experience extreme temperature variations. They can be very hot during the daytime and very cold at night. Animals and plants that live in the desert environment must be able to adapt to these extremes, as well as to the general scarcity of water. It's funny, I kind of live in a desert. It's sort of like, you know, this desert here, but we've terraformed it over time. So there's actually like rain and green things now. Some deserts, such as the Sahara in Africa, are covered with sand dunes. Others, such as the diorama of the North American desert in this exhibit, have primarily rocky terrain. Regardless of their location, deserts are always arid. The grassland is usually full of animals. It looks empty without the wildlife that belongs here. Grasslands exist on every continent except Antarctica. They are often rolling plains that cover many square miles. They exist where there is not enough rainfall for many trees to grow, but sufficient rain to allow grasses. Grassland habitats are home to many types of animals. Herds of grazing animals take advantage of the abundance of food. In turn, the herbivores provide food for carnivores that live on the grassy plains. Grasslands have different names in different continents. In North America, they're called prairies. In South America, they are known as the pampas. In Asia and Europe, they are the steppes. In Africa, grasslands like the one in this diorama are called savannas. However, all grasslands are similar habitats. The trees in the woodland are home to many different animals. Without them, it's just not the same place. Woodlands grow in temperate climates on every continent except Antarctica. As their name suggests, they are covered with trees. The trees provide shelter for many forms of animals. The open spaces between the trees are often covered with grasses and other edible plants, which are important for grazing animals. They require a mild climate and ample rainfall. Woodlands are located in regions where the seasons change. Animals that live in woodlands are diverse and must adapt to seasonal changes in weather conditions. Woodlands once covered much of Europe and the eastern portion of North America. Many woodland areas have been cleared for farming and industrial development. This has displaced many woodland animals. However, stretches of woodland habitat can still be found on every continent except Antarctica. The rainforest is a very fragile place. Without the animals, it's also a very lonely place. Rainforests are dense stretches of vegetation found near the equator. As their name implies, rainfall is abundant. Trees grow close together, generally warm and humid. This environment is home to many more types of animals than any other habitat on Earth. Although rainforest trees often grow to 100 feet tall, the soil in which they grow is usually poor in nutrients. Animals adapt to the rainforest live primarily in the trees. The largest rainforest is in the Amazon River Basin in South America. It contains over half of the world's rainforest habitat. Other rainforests exist in Africa, Asia, and Australia. Rainforests are an important source of carbon dioxide for the world's atmosphere. Fires caused the main computer to return the animals from these habitats to the sterile holding pens in the basement. They must be restored to their native environments as soon as possible in order for them to thrive. My calculations have determined that you can return the animals using the cart, which we haven't seen yet. Unfortunately, the main computer has imposed some restrictions on its use. You may carry only one animal from each habitat on the cart at a time, and you must return all of the animals in only 8 trips. So that's what's kind of a pain in the butt, is you have to carry one animal from each place. So you have to bring them each individually. And then at the same time, I believe there will be restrictions on, like, well, this animal might eat this one, so you can't put them on the same cart. Alright, anyway. Start with this spider. Then see if we can, We can't put that, that's from the same area. What about this thing? Yeah, we'll put that on there. And woodpecker? Woodpecker will peck a spider whenever it can. They love those 8 little legs. These two creatures don't belong together. How about this toucan? There you go, there's a toucan. And a deer? Alright. So you can see here, these are insects, reptiles / amphibians, birds, and mammals. Then we have the desert. I guess this is grasslands. This is the woods and the jungle. We'll start at the jungle. Yes, I know, spiders aren't insects. They're bugs. Alright, first toucan. Awesome. Oh, no sound effects. Pushing them on the cart. We got the deer. Honk. Got this lizard. And each animal does a thing when you click on it. Used to be they also made noises, but they don't make noises in this DOS version. Or, you know, whatever the emulated problem is. Got a big old spider. Alright. Let's take this snake. Can I take this ants? Oh, yeah, we can take the ants. Woodpecker will probably try to get the ants, as will the frog probably. How about this bug? Yeah, we'll put the hornet on there. And monkey? Yeah, monkey, okay. Start at the desert. Oh, nope, nope, I poop. I messed up there. I just meant to walk out of the way. So we could see the big snake. There he is. I thought he was hiding in that hole, but I guess not. Next come the ants. There they are. Then these bees. Big motherfucking bees over here. Look at this thing. It's fucking huge. Huge bee. That doesn't even a bee, I think that's like a hornet. And the monkey, who's got himself a lollipop. I don't know why the monkey has a lollipop, but he does, so whatever. That's a cool beak on the toucan. Also, the toucan is, from this game, I thought toucans were a lot bigger than they actually are. Alright, so let's start with this. I imagine the frog will eat the butterfly. Mulling around the lily pond is a great place for a frog to catch an occasional butterfly. It's better not to take the chance with these two. How about the woodpecker? Nope. Well, how about this ostrich? Sure, ostrich is good. Kangaroo rats are afraid of the ostrich. They can't ride together. Alright, back up we go. Back to the Back to the jungle. Throw up the butterfly. That's a big butterfly. And this is not a woodland owl, this is a desert owl. The ostrich, however, does belong in the area. The ostrich belongs here. Whack! There's the owl. No. No. No, do not pick the owl in the next Pokemon Sun and Moon. I'm not too impressed with the Pokemon in that game, honestly. Alright, let's start the snake. Snack. Snake and frog, no. Large reptile is always dangerous to a smaller amphibian. Snake and woodpecker. Snake may find the kangaroo rat too appetizing. Alright. Alright, so this is... yeah, okay. I believe we start here then. Put up our cat friend. Bar. Being lazy. Now we have the woodpecker. And finally the snake. Tropical snake. So just a few left. Let's see if we can even take those two together. I'm sure it'll complain about something. That was the main problem I had with this, was that, oh no, you can't take these two together. So it's a woodland frog and a desert rat. Especially since they can't be together, even though they're in cages. And they've been sitting together for a while now. Frog. Froggy. I actually don't like frogs that much. They're alright. That's like, eh. I don't get the appeal. And last thing we need is the kangaroo rat. That's the last one. Now all 4 habitats are back to normal. Sure makes me feel good that I got these animals back home. Speaking of getting back home, if I'm ever going to go home myself, I have to solve the rest of this museum business. Going back to the main hall to check out the next disaster. Alright. So what do we get done there, 2? Let's see if we can do one more here. What's the next one? Hall of Ecology? That one is not gonna take... oh, you know what? Fine. It's a nonsense one, though. This one I didn't like as a kid. Maybe I'll do better, because apparently I do better now, because I'm older. But, I did not like doing that puzzle as a kid. Wetlands exist all over the world. They are the home of many diverse plants and animals. Wetlands are partially submerged for most of the year. Although they are plentiful, they are very fragile. When the physical, botanical, or animal balance is disrupted, a wetland environment may suffer dramatically. This exhibit looks a little bare. I wonder what happened to all the animals. So first we have one of these. Oh, there we go. Just a little memory match. Foxen. Wrong. There we go. Whoops. Fudge. I messed up. Oh. That's a mouse. It's a fox. Okay, apparently there's things like that. I messed up. I can't do it again. Oops. The virus has completely disrupted the wetland ecological system. You must restore the animals to the system and then re-establish the connections between the animals and the food web. When the food web is repaired and returned to a balanced state, the exhibit will be restored. Let's find all 14 pairs of animals before you can proceed further. Alright, so I had to try like walking away, and then it would prompt me. Alright, let's try that again. There. Where'd that other bird? There it is. There we go. So there's all the animals. That's a beetle. Who's this weirdo? That's a human. So with the two birds, that's a partridge. That one's a thrush. Okay. And what's this one? That's a weasel. Good old weasels. Here's one of those weird telegraph sounding computers if it had the sound playing. Food web. Each animal and plant in the wetland ecosystem has a place in the food web. The arrows show who eats whom or what. Many animals eat more than one other animal or plant. When a link is disturbed, it can change the balance of the ecosystem and affect many animals. So this is what it's supposed to look like. Looks pretty normal. Let's look at the screen. Yeah, looks like the virus stuck big time. These animals are sure scrambled. I guess I should try to rearrange the blocks to put them back together. Now, this isn't the switch places puzzle. This is a sliding block puzzle. I hated sliding block puzzles as a kid. So now it's time to find out. So this is the only sound effect that will actually play reliably is this one. Alright. So, we've got that one. So, that's pretty much... What the heck? I thought that was a corner piece. I'm silly. It's very difficult to tell here. That's not a corner. Is this a corner? That is a corner, so we'll get this corner piece up. The sound effect is actually making it harder to think about things to talk about. But we're going to do this anyway. There we go. Here's a portion at least. And so we'll get this up. Gotta figure out get that fox over here. Ah, so there's a good section done. We got this. take care of some of these now. I have a feeling those ones are a little too high. There's the corner piece down there, too. But yeah, I hated sliding block puzzles as a kid. I couldn't figure them out. So this one, like... This one never actually got done when I was a kid. This was another one that never got done. Like the solar system one that's actually all about stars. Ah, there's that over there. Oh, that space says blank. Okay, that's the blank space. It's supposed to stay that way. What's that? I still don't like sliding block puzzles, by the way. I am still really bad at them. But I'm getting better. Yeah, like I can't. I'm done. I'm dumb. Not done, I'm dumb. So I'm just gonna do my best here. And people are doing fireworks outside because I guess it's getting dark, yeah. Like especially so close to the end. Hey, there we go. There it is. Almost like blind luck. That's a cool looking animal right there. Get this thing over to the edge. Almost. Okay, so here's another one. And, oh, look at that. We actually did it. Now we have to actually drag everything. Now, what do humans eat? Humans eat almost everything. Humans eat mushrooms. But let's take a look here. If I click this help button, oh, does it just like... Oh, I see. Apparently we eat snails, and we eat these... That connection is not correct. We eat bunnies. We eat plants. Apparently foxes don't eat mice. Foxes will eat rabbits, though. Will they eat birds? Yep. Wonder why we eat this bird and not this bird. Is this the partridge? That must be the partridge, because I have heard of eating partridge, but I guess I haven't heard of eating thrush. How about this thing? Well, they probably eat... No, they don't eat that? Alright, do they eat those? And those? And that? Yep, there we go. Nope, sorry, they don't eat bunnies. Some seeds. Moles, they eat worms, right? Oh, that's all they eat, apparently. These things eat those, and that's all those guys eat, huh? Well, that's probably all they eat. These bottom row, consumers just eat those. Alright. So these are the information that we need. Now, what's next? Aha! What do we need the most of? Info. This system controls the ecological balance of the wetlands environment. The system must be balanced for a 4-year period. Change the number of animals of each type by clicking the top row of gauges. Note the connections between animals by clicking the animal's icon or consulting the food web. Run the simulation for 1 season at a time by clicking the right arrow on the center bar. Run the system back by clicking the left arrow. Changes in animal populations will be shown in the bottom row of graphs. Number of animals change according to connections in the food web. You can balance the system by placing the correct number of predators and prey in the environment. You may run the system as many times as necessary to reach a balance. So if we look at the food web, there's a little thing there, but we can see these 5 eat plants. Plants, you gotta have a lot of plants. Then you need probably quite a few of these, but these get eaten. These are only eaten by 1 thing each. This thing is eaten by two things. This one's eaten by 3 things. This one's eaten only by 1 thing. So, yeah, well, alright, we'll figure out what we can do. Probably don't need that many mice. We do need all these plants, though. Probably don't need a ton of these, because they don't really need to do anything. They'll eat everything because they're a fungi, a decomposer. Put in a lot of these. No, some. Snails probably don't need many of these either. And then a few of these. Probably quite a few birds, maybe. Well, let's crank these each up one a little bit more. A few foxes and a few humans. Let's try it out. Okay. So during this we have too many of these. I think these are the ones that we've got wrong. So maybe a little bit more of those. It's hard to tell. We need more of these. What if I just put them at 0? Crank those down a bit. Alright, so these are still... What if I do, like, put none? Everything dies. That's funny. Look at that. Everything's gone with no of these guys. Well, what happens if I pulled them all the way to the top? Nope, still not it. Alright, so now that's correct. We need more or less? Alright, so those are correct. I guess what if we put those back up? How about none of these guys? Let's see what happens then. Alright. Ecological balance has been restored in this exhibit. There are no further traces of the virus. That's great, I was able to put the system back in balance. These ecosystems sure are more complex than they look. Every time you do one thing, it affects something else. I guess that's what they mean when they say it's a small world. So really it's just like, they want you to have most producers and then second most first level consumers, then second level consumers, and finally your third level consumers are the least. Like humans, we need to not be around at all. Just be a little bit of us. Alright. That took a while, but I'm glad I did it. It was less embarrassing than I thought, even though I was kind of dumb. But that's all for right now. I'll see you next time. I'm Jesse On, and this is Museum Madness. I'll see you next time.